This show, we'd be remiss. This show would not be possible without an incredible sponsor, ERIN. And I think we have a special guest coming in to talk about ERIN. And for you folks out there who do not know about ERIN, ERIN is the premier employee referral and internal mobility software platform and increases employee referral hired for non-desk and corporate employees by 5x and decreases turnover by 50%.
Huge.
Imagine that, 50%. And they just were the recipient of the HR Tech Award for Best Innovative or Emerging Tech Solution from Lighthouse Advisors. Let's give it up. And you guys
Wow.
can check out Woo! Potential referral to the next level.
Slay.
Speaking of taking it to the next level, where do we have a special guest today?
Yeah.
Do we have?
We just might.
Is ERIN here?
In the room.
Where's Mike? Hey, Mike's in the house. Mike, what's happening, man?
Mikey.
Listen, yes, I am in the same room as Evan White, but let's just ignore that part and talk about why I'm here. It's because I bought my opportunity to speak, and that's it.
Well, I think. Well, I think we need.
I would have
let's be
referred
serious.
you onto the show anyway, so you would have got in.
So, Mike, what's happening? What are you guys doing in Virginia?
I appreciate that, Joel, but would you guys have worn the shirts?
Hell yeah! This is
No.
Yeah, we're all
I
wearing
only
shirts.
shirt I wear now.
Yeah,
Only on Tuesdays.
After like 5 or 6 washes, it really breaks it.
Yeah.
You gotta give it.
I'm
I'm
of
gonna
my-
sleep in mine. I
There you
sleep in
go.
t-shirts. I don't wear t-shirts.
I'll tell you, we hand these out at trade shows, and there's so many ladies that are like, "Oh, this is great. My husband could cut grass in this." So we're just
Perfect.
gonna start handing out a pair of New Balances with it. And we're good to go.
That'd be a fire collab.
There you go. You got to get the Mentalist, right, Evan White? We got to get the Mentalist from the last conference that we're not
Yeah.
going to name out there. But
Well,
Mike, I mean, listen.
Well,
Break the news.
Adam, you should know that at Sherm Talent in 2025, the Mentalist will be at the ERIN booth. So
Yes.
it's already a lot.
Yes, we're gonna do. But Mike, I listen. You and I have had an opportunity to spend some time together. We hung out in Vegas. I got to know you a little bit, and what I thought was pretty cool is I could feel the passion for what you built in your voice, and it wasn't just the 3 bourbons deep at the Wind Bar talking about it.
The bourbon
You got-
helps the passion.
Bourbon helps, but bourbon helps the passion. So like, what was the impetus behind creating ERIN, man? Like, tell everyone out there what's the OG origin story here.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not as exciting as you might think.
I'm trying to make it exciting, man.
Well, but the cool thing is that we were just trying to solve a problem, right? So we saw a problem. We started working with people. We had no idea what we were doing. But the cool thing about where we are now is that we have taken that single solution and so deep on it that we have a solution that doesn't exist in any other platform. We're the only ones that are thinking about the things that we're thinking about, and that's because we're working with such large customers that never thought this could be solved. So that when you take when you pick your beachhead and you just go as hard as you can on it, I mean, referrals on the surface seems like a very simple thing. How could we possibly be 6 years into software development with a team of 10 and still developing things? It's crazy.
Word.
That's awesome. But let me ask you a question: is your software designed to put recruiters like me out of business?
So when you ask the impetus, like that actually was the original idea. We're like, why are we
Yeah,
paying
dude, you
so
can't
much
come onto
money?
the Realist Recruiter show and say you're gonna put us out of.
You
out
got
of
2
business.
recruiters here.
It's okay. I'll
Well,
still be your friend.
Does everybody remember Hired.com? I think they just got like sold for the second time. But the original idea was a play like Hired.com where we would have anyone refer, and the recruiters were no longer needed. We could just pay people directly. The reality is that anyone referring, so what if you are familiar with Hired.com, you can follow that journey now and realize that does not work, right? So I'll say that we're not here to replace recruiters. Recruiters have a very specific
Thank you.
job. We
We
use them
ghost
in-
people. That's what we do.
Yeah. Well, so the recruiters do
Yeah.
something similar to they can steal people. They can steal good employees from other companies.
That's what I do.
All this really is. You don't want the person you don't want the person that is looking for work. You want the person that's crushing it at their job, and somebody can pull them away. Referrals get you in the door. Recruiters get you in the door. That's where job postings don't get you in, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That said, what we've developed has been. I'm super thankful for our journey, but we're in such a cool spot where we're working with the largest companies in the world, automating everything from submitting a referral to automating the payments that go out.
Love
When
it.
you do that for 100,000 people for one company in 100 different countries, like that can be a pretty complicated problem to solve. Something that
Wow.
they had dozens of people supporting before, and now we have a platform that streamlines all of that.
That is absolutely incredible. And guess what, folks out there? If you want some Aaron swag, we have it. We're gonna drop a link in our chat, or you could go to purpleacorn.io/free. You could send us your info and get a
Get that
sloth of
sloth,
your own.
baby.
All
Come
right, so
on.
Mike, what's the deal with the sloth? Where did the sloth come from as your mascot?
Yeah, it's getting weird at this point, so I apologize for that. But no, so actually it was the first SHRM we ever went to. We were talking about what swag should we take. We didn't have any money, so it's nobody wants our garbage, and the people down the hall, they have better garbage. Like they have the power bank, they have the nice things. So after we talked, what we realized is, or what we decided
They have
on,
soft
was that
T-shirts.
really grainy soft. Everybody wants something for their kids.
Mhm.
So when you go to a conference, you want to take something home, and you're like, "Look, I got something for you. I was thinking about you." But the reality is you're like, "Oh shit, I should grab something for my kid before I leave."
It's so true.
Are we allowed to swear on this?
I think so.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
F yeah.
Evan's in his sparkly suit, losing it over here. So we had these sloths with the one that Joel was holding, and it was an absolute hit. And now, so here's the other thing: if you've ever been to SHRM, I mean, there are people that really line up for their swag. So like we had like a line around the booth, and we ran out of them all on the first day.
That's
So
cool.
we're like hiding them,
Oh yeah. So you're one of those like, hey, can I get a sloth? And you're like, nah.
You gotta give us
only,
your
only
contact.
top prospects
I
get a
need
sloth.
We got to scan your badge first.
Sloth
your
black
name,
market.
your company, the street you grew up on, and the last word of your social, and you get a
And
slot.
what's your
Yeah.
budget for new tools?
Yeah.
That's what we want.
What's your approved budget for referral software by the end of the year?
And are you a decision maker within your organization approved to write
Yeah.
checks up to and including $1 million?
Call your
Right?
CFO right now, and I'll give you a slot.
Well, Mike, I mean, this is a pretty cool. Is there like that feel? Give us like one quick feel good story about a company using the product.
Oh, I mean, it's they're endless, and I'll tell you, it doesn't.
Well, just one. We don't need endless. It's been endless all morning.
Yeah. Referrals, again, on the surface does not sound like this like crazy complicated fun problem to solve, but the reality is that I tell the team like, these like build up stories, again, kind of bourbon infused sometimes, but the reality is like we're getting people jobs that they wouldn't have gotten before because the employees were not participating in the program. We get them involved, they make a referral, they get that job, and like that entire person's life has changed because of software that we've built. So that's fantastic. But the feel good story I will give you, we have a healthcare customer, about 60,000 employees. There's an office admin that two of them actually said, guess the salary. They have made more in referral
Wow.
bonus payments than their annual salary
Wow.
2 years in a row. Just
Yeah.
bringing in businesses and pounding it out. So they doubled their take home just by hanging out on the app.
Sounds like an influencer.
I love
Yeah.
it. And Mike, where could folks find out more? Where could they connect with Erin down there?
ERINapp.com.
That's awesome.
And
And
one thing we're proud of, took us 6 years, but we have displaced all other human errands. So if you just Google Erin, there's Wikipedia, and then there's
no
us.
more Erin.
So
Wow.
Erin Andrews. Yeah, nothing on us.
Good. They canceled.
SEO
They canceled
swag.
Erin. So, Mike, listen. You and Evan enjoy your time in Virginia. Definitely come check out the happy hour tomorrow.
Oh yeah, there he is.
At the NAHCR. Their happy hour. Where is it going to be? At the Grain Rooftop Bar, 7:30 to 9:30.
Grain. We're going against
in the greater
Grain.
Norfolk,
Urban?
Virginia.
Grain.
Greater Norfolk, Virginia area, and you want to crash a happy hour, you check it out. Mike, I want to thank you so much for sponsoring the show. Evan, thank you for bringing some sparkle into our life here, and let's keep the show
Have an awesome
rolling.
show, everybody.
Let's go.
Let's